resellers, I have a super fun video for you today. We're going on a field trip, guys. Just guess where we're going. So if you guessed that we were going on a private pick, you're 100% right. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So several months ago, I was at a yard sale of somebody that they started telling me about some of the items that they had set back from the yard sale. This was like her grandmother's estate, and she'd set certain items back in hopes of selling them on eBay. I showed them how to look up comps, kind of how to navigate eBay, and you know, gave a little bit of advice about what some of these items were worth. She had certainly cherry-picked like the coolest stuff to sell on eBay, and I absolutely could not blame her. Left my phone number for her, and I said, you know, if you need any help on eBay, like, I'm your girl. There's not a whole lot of people around here that do that, but I would love to be able to help you. Well, she did reach out to me, and not for eBay help. She reached out and said, do you want to look through the house and see if there's anything else that you'd like to make an offer on? So today I get to go look through those items, and I think a lot of the items, it could be some leftover stuff from the yard sale that I'm looking through, but it could be some of those items that she cherry picked. I am just really excited that someone would trust me with, you know, their family's estate essentially, and being able to give them a value on these items. I did reach out to her and I said, hey, I won't be showing any faces. I won't show any address. I really just kind of want to display these cool vintage items. These are the things that, you know, the folks that are subscribed to my YouTube channel really want to see, this type of stuff. Can I please film? She agreed and doesn't want to be on camera. So you won't see her on camera today, but you're going to see these cool items. I will show you a little bit around the house, again, saving the address and things like that, keeping those private, but just the light fixtures, all the cool stuff in this house that I really think you guys should see and that you're going to like. While we're speaking about the light fixtures though, I asked my husband, do you think that they would sell me some of these cool mid-century light fixtures? And he said, hey, honey, it doesn't hurt to ask. So I'm going to ask about a couple of these really amazing light fixtures. And yeah, who knows? I could go home with some actual, like, what I consider architectural salvage, because the stuff from the 50s, 60s, 70s, I mean, I hate to see that the buyers around here buy the house and scrap those light fixtures. I know that A, they would either look really cool at my house, or I can find someone that's gonna love them. So yeah, I may ask for light fixtures. Who knows? They may not want to sell any of the light fixtures, but it doesn't hurt to ask, right? All right, I guess we better get out of the woods and get in the car and get on my way to this private pick. It's gonna be so fun, you guys. Let's go. Don't you just love a music box? Have to look through here and see if... I'm sure your grandparents didn't have any old hip-hop tapes in here. That's the stuff everybody kind of wants. But hey, I remember Dina Carter.
Yeah, I can't believe we have all the furniture sold except for that big piece right there.
That's awesome. Have you sold the gun cabinet?
Yeah.
Did you sell...
They have to.
Did you sell the big gun cabinet?
That's my dad's gonna take that.
Ah, it's a beautiful cabinet.
Yeah.
It's really, really nice. Got drawers in there and everything.
Tried to buy that.
I'm sure they did. I bet it's heavy as all get out too.
Yeah, that's why it's still there.
Yeah. He'll need to pay some people with pizza to come help him move that.
Yeah. The football team, maybe.
Yeah, have the whole team come. This is a grapefruit spoon.
We both took off.
These are probably made in America. Hang on to these. Some type of a, looks like the creature from the Black Lagoon or something on the spoon. That is really cool. I'm gonna look that up. Do you want to hang on to this yearbook?
What year is it?
1973.
Oh yeah, that's mom. 73. Because I was born in 75, so I don't guess. Yeah. No, you can take that if you want.
Okay. Yeah.
And he said,
Oh
I
my
have,
gosh.
he was in construction, you know, that's what he did. I have never, ever seen that.
That is phenomenal. I wonder what type of wood that this is even. You think this is like a teak or something soft enough to be able to mold it like that?
It's like bamboo or looking
I mean, that is a craftsman. Yeah.
I mean, because you have to have a special machine or...
Yeah, and I think like you wet the wood and then mold it around. That is incredible. I didn't see that the other day when I was over here. That is amazing. I hope whoever buys this house wouldn't even think about changing that. This is some of the stuff that you had saved that you were going to eBay, right?
No, I'm not eBaying any of it, I don't think.
Okay.
So whatever you want to.
I do. This room is so interesting to me. This poster, we never decided who that was on the velvet poster, but I think I'm gonna research it and look up. And this little radio.
Yeah.
You didn't have any takers on it.
No, I put it on Marketplace, but nobody has shown any interest.
Man.
I have this piano sold. And if
Oh,
I
okay.
I have a backup buyer.
Look at this radio. Oh my goodness, that is so beautiful. Dang, I think I was born in the wrong decade sometimes.
Yeah.
I just have such an affinity. I've just romanticized so many of these decades in this really cool stuff. This is old 1971 Barbie, Malibu Barbie RV. Here is a Noisemaker Halloween piece. Old Barbie clothes. I think there might be some Christmas sweaters in here. Do you want to sell the Christmas sweaters as well? I guess guess it is like a denim or something. It's a sanforized denim, that's what it is. So that means that it's not going to shrink when you wash it. They started doing that. Lee started doing it originally, I believe, and then Levi's copied them. And I mean, all of those companies started at the same time, and you would think they would have taken off together, but then Levi just surpassed everybody.
I don't know. We had an uncle that was a
I think
Levi's
this is the only thing I like.
salesman.
I'll put this with Marty's stuff and give it to him.
Okay.
You had an uncle that sold it?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I don't know if I've got any. I've got 29 closets. I may have Levi shirts in my closet.
Yeah. But dang, that's something that they would feel badly enough to come back. Wow, I was over there for a long time. It was like 3.5 hours or something. Anyway, I want to show you guys everything I got, but it's a lot of stuff. So it's not going to be me holding up every single item and telling you guys exactly what I picked up and why I picked it up and what I think it'll sell for. I'm going to go through as quickly as I can. Do that with maybe some of the highlights, but I just want to show you guys everything I was able to get in this pick. And yeah, hang out until the end and maybe I'll include how much I paid for everything that you see today. We'll start off here with these items. I used Google Lens to help me identify these. These were actually in a box of some dollhouse furniture that I picked up, but these are old Tupperware toys. So I'll probably sell the lot of these together. And then this is a Tootsie Toy Battleship. That's pretty cool. It's got wheels on the bottom. And yeah, that's got some metal on it. That's a pretty neat little piece. But again, these were just in a box of dollhouse furniture that I bought. This Fisher Price train, I was telling the lady that I was picking this up from, you know, these old Fisher Price toys aren't worth a whole lot. I got another Fisher Price toy. It's this big top. These aren't worth a lot, but they are worth saving, and that's why I picked these up. So, you know, don't pick up vintage Fisher Price thinking that you're going to get rich off of this thing, you know, this type of stuff. But if you want to save an item like this, like I want to, that's pretty cool. I want someone to enjoy this. I want this to be reminiscent of someone's childhood, so I picked these things up. I got this vintage Battleship. It's got, you know, a few broken parts to it, but again, definitely worth saving. These cloth napkins are actually personal. We use cloth napkins at the house, not because we're bougie, but because we're cheap and you can reuse cloth napkins. This is a texturized, looks like hair on it, rubber swim cap. So if anyone knows maybe what decade this is from, comment and let me know. I don't know if this is the Playtex brand one. I know they had some, but I just thought this was so cool. So I threw that in my pile as well. This is a vintage shoe shine box. And there's some old shoe shine accessories in here as well. So I don't know if I will... Lamb's wool shoe polisher. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I'll lock this all up together. There are some polishes and things in here. Haven't comped any of this stuff out yet. Some old saddle soap. You can hear how dry that is. So I don't think I'm going to be able to use any of these items, but I just have no doubt there's going to be a collector that wants these things. So I picked those up as well. I found this item and I picked this up because of a friend of mine over on Instagram. Their profile is 88 pics, and they had posted a vintage Halloween noisemaker that they got a pretty penny for. So I'm going to post a link to their Instagram over in my description. I want you guys to go check it out and see. I mean, it was over $100 that they got for a vintage Halloween noisemaker, and this is the 10 type. So I'm hoping that maybe I can get a nice amount for this item. I mean, I saw some of them going for like $50 to $70. Today is Halloween, so unfortunately this may hang out for a while, but I feel like true collectors that would spend that much are probably collecting all year round anyway. I found one piece of Barbie clothes, so that's pretty cool. It's not bright red, which is usually what I put my vintage dolls in, but all of this dollhouse furniture goes to this Mark's 10 dollhouse that I got. And I want to show you guys the dollhouse. Okay, so this is the dollhouse, and I will let you guys know that I did already run comps on this and one just like this. Now, I think I have all of the little windows and things like that in there, but they might not all be in there. I don't know how good a condition everything is in, but shipping and all, the buyers are willing to spend usually around $100 for these, but I don't think that that one had the furniture. So hoping to be able to get somewhere around that for it, but you can see like there's some condition issues. I'll try to straighten these things out as much as possible. But these little tin doll houses, these can be really good money. Isn't that adorable? It's quite dusty. I'm gonna do the best I can, like I say, to restore this. Hopefully someone will be able to play with this dollhouse again, or definitely remind them of their childhood. I expect to probably only get about 20 bucks for that, but I picked up this fruit. This is like paper mache fruits and veggies. I thought those were pretty cool. And then these ones are more like, they are like the sparkly fruit. I'm not really sure exactly what you would even call that or consider that. This is George S. Bernard. It's an ice bucket. If I can show it to you, definitely will. I'll show you the ice bucket here. Isn't that so pretty? So this is like an acrylic top, and I'll show you. Here is the maker. Like I say, this George S. Bernard. I have some dishes by Fire King that are the same artist, so I don't know if I'm going to keep this or not. I'll comp it out. I picked up the cordless phone that was there, being in the box. I didn't even open that, so I hope it's inside the box. This is a velvet poster. This is a vintage poster of, I think it's Andy Gibb from the Bee Gees. I have in my brain just now thought, is it Aaron, Andy, or Alan Gibb? Anyway, it's that Gibb guy from the Bee Gees, and it's velvet where it's black, so I thought that was pretty cool. There are some condition issues there, but it was neat enough. Definitely hang on to it. There's some Milli Vanilli cassette tape. Trust me, I looked for hip hop. You guys already saw where I was talking to them about hip hop. I didn't even expect to find this, but it's probably not worth much. Maybe, you know, $2 or $3, but I had to pick it up. Here is a vintage yearbook from 1973. Yearbooks sell, absolutely, for sure they sell. People love the nostalgia, and who's to say someone from this school isn't looking for this maybe? So I picked this up because they said that it was okay. They weren't even sure whose yearbook that was. A vintage magnifying glass, that'll help me when going through the yearbook, right? Here is just this little tapestry style wall hanging. Let me get this out without breaking it. This says, a flower cannot live without sunshine. A man cannot live without love. Isn't that beautiful? I thought that was really cool. And so I picked it up. It has like a little ball chain hanging spot. Now this picture is pretty interesting. I picked it up thinking somebody probably just drew it or painted it. But the lady that was there with me, one of them ran Lee, maybe Big Eye. Those were the keywords. And she looked it up on eBay, and someone had one listed for like $400, $600, something crazy. And so I wanted them to make sure that they were not thinking that I was going to get that off of here. So I pulled up some comps where, you know, they were selling for like $40 or so, but definitely not the crazy price that that person had one listed at. But I will tell you, they were selling for decent money, especially for what they are. Lee is the artist, and Big Eye is what you want to look for. So look up comps on those, and if you see something like this, definitely pick it up. This piece may end up hanging on my gallery wall until it sells. There are, again, some condition issues, but absolutely worth saving. I found this cowboy hat. This is pretty cool. Lots of feathers here. She said she absolutely never remembers her dad wearing a cowboy hat, and I thought that maybe that's why it's in such good condition. It has a Union label tag there, so I don't know that it's branded, but this is just beautiful enough. Somebody's really gonna want this, and it's super soft. I don't know that it's like a beaver felt or anything like that, but it's really a beautiful hat. These, I wish I could show you in their entirety what these are. They're tablecloth overlays, and it's like a mesh material. And you can see that they have these felt appliques on them and wedding bells, sequins. All of these were done by hand. This is just a large, like I say, you would lay it over the top of the tablecloth. That one is gold with wedding bells, and this one is silver. I was looking up comps, and I may be able to get around $50 a piece for those. So if so, definitely score. And if not, I'm glad that I was able to save them. This is a farming hat from some local farm around here, and this is a K Products. You can see how deteriorated the foam is, and I told one of the ladies there, I was like, I don't know why I keep picking these up because the foam gets everywhere, but for some reason I keep picking them up. I found some vintage kids clothes. This is vintage permapress by Sears. It does have custom initials here, KA, but I still think that this top is cool enough. that I should be able to sell it regardless. Straight out of the 70s, has like the pointed collar, and this is the back of it with these flowers, this little mushroom down here. Tell me you wouldn't have picked up something that cool. Here are some little leather soled baby shoes. 2 of those here, and just look at the wear. Like, this little baby was getting it. Maybe those are toddler shoes. These are some little baby booties. I was surprised that these say made in Japan. They were not made in America. I got this Raggedy Ann doll, and I thought, man, Carissa, the Chosen Goods reseller, would think that this was really cool, so I couldn't leave it behind. I'm not sure if it's a handmade doll or what. I haven't really checked for tags or anything on it. Here is a sweet little baby girl cardigan. The brand on this is, I think that says Mary Associates, imported by R.H. Macy and Company, so maybe from Macy's. All acrylic Orlon, made in Switzerland. Okay. And then here's another adorable little baby girl, kind of like a cardigan. These are just fantastic. They said that some of these pieces could be from the 40s. This one said glow knit, 100% acrylic. So this one's made in Korea. And they said, no, I'm sorry, I said 40s. They said some of these pieces could have been from the 60s. Big difference there. Here is a vintage little burp cloth, just to throw over your shoulder there. Got, they said this one was probably 60s based off of which child they thought that it went to. A little jumper sleep set here. And then this one, I don't know what material this is. This is so soft, kind of like almost like a little christening or sleep gown, and this one might be handmade. I'm not sure. I haven't looked for a tag on it yet, but I always pick up vintage kids clothes because I have buyers out of Japan all the time that want stuff like that. This I thought was really cool. This is quite long. I think it's a vest, but it could be a dress. It is Levi's women's. It's very, very distressed, and I might try it on later and see if it's a dress, if it's a vest. I think it's a vest, but it's a women's piece. Definitely needs to be laundered. Oh, I almost forgot that I bought these. Okay, so here is a fur, Mary Dawson, Washington, Missouri. This is beautiful. Isn't this gorgeous? They asked me if I was a fur wearer. I said, no, I'm vegan. I couldn't be further from a fur wearer. I guess the damage has already been done, and someone else might as well love this piece, right? With vintage fur stoles or shawls, there's almost always an embroidered name or initials, monogram of some type in here. So yeah, this is beautiful. And honestly, just this dry cleaner hanger may have some type of value to it.
That's why there's...
How about this dress? This is like a satin material, and this is probably 1970s. There are some condition issues for sure on this dress, but there was no way I couldn't go home with this. This is beautiful. And this is probably like a size 4 maybe. I'll see if I can find a tag on this. Maybe closer to a modern size 4. It's a 6X, and it's Dorissa of Miami. If I can find comps on that, I'll insert them here. I found this typewriter. This is Adler is the brand. It's in very nice condition. The keys don't stick. That's something that you want to look for if you are wanting to sell a vintage typewriter in good condition. And I got this typewriter desk. These desks, I think this is going to be pretty cumbersome to ship, but they typically sell for over $100 plus shipping. I'm hoping to get that out of this. This one's in really nice condition. So yeah, vintage typewriter desk and typewriter both. I found 2 vintage Christmas tree stands. Harder to run comps on something like that as we are just now at October 31st, but I'm hoping to get $20 to $30 a piece out of those. They're not huge money makers, but I wanted to save those as well. I found this these cool old candlesticks. This one is wood, very mid-century modern look, and it's a 3-piece set. So I saved those. And then these, I don't know if this is like a pecan wood or something, because you can see the beautiful burl. These are little wooden candlesticks, so I wanted to save those as well. And then I found this cool old phone. Let me give you a peek at the buttons on this one. So it's not like a rotary or anything, but definitely really beautiful. I like this phone. Let's see who the maker on this is. I'm actually not seeing it other than say ITT. I'm not sure. But on some of these old phones, you'll see this plug. And I have one listed right now that also has that type of plug. I found this old pencil sharpener. It was actually still attached to the wall inside one of the closets, and she was kind enough to get a screwdriver and remove it from the wall. And so I will be selling this Apsco is the brand pencil sharpener. I found this had mushrooms on it, and since Mary mushroom pattern is so popular right now, I decided to pick this up. I was able to find something on the lid that said Pyrex, even though nothing on the bottom said Pyrex, which I was kind of surprised by. So I haven't comped this out yet either. I picked it up because it was Pyrex. I got 3 old books: Treasure Island, Tom Sawyer, which has some condition issues, and Tarzan, which has a little bit of condition issues as well. Oh, I'm sorry, I got 4 books. This one is another Tarzan in the City of Gold. I asked them if I could buy this Bible from them, and they were able to determine there were no family records in it, so I got to buy this beautiful Bible. Very, very pretty, and I'm not sure what the copyright is on this one. Let's see if I can find it real quick. So this is copyright 1943, copyright 1947, 1950. So this one was printed in America and made in the 1950s. So that is definitely a beautiful artwork inside that Bible. I pulled 2 wall tapestries. This one's from 1978 and has a Serenity Prayer on it. And then this one is from 1983 and has butterflies on it. I just thought someone would surely like these linen wall calendars, just to be reminiscent of anything that they might have grown up around. 2 things that I picked up here: a camel mug. I'm not sure if the comps are decent on that, but you know, tobacco memorabilia really goes well. And then this is a pickup sticks game. Pixie pickup sticks, and then this one just said pickup sticks somewhere maybe on it. Yeah, and so it has the original postal stamp from when this was mailed to them in 1982. So yeah, I thought that was really cool, and the sticks are in there. I don't know if it's all the sticks, and it definitely doesn't have the lid. I got a couple pieces of sheet music. John Thompson's Easiest Piano Course. This is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and includes only that one song. This is John W. Sham, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, Christmas album. That one was March 1962. And then she handed me this stack of St. Louis Cardinals Game Day magazine from the 90s, which is when Mark McGwire was like a big deal. And so some of them were going for pretty decent money. This is kind of like the era of Mark McGwire. There he is again. And so I may just lot these up. I'm not sure. It's easy enough to list a magazine, so I may list them individual. I got a big stack of those. Last thing that I got that I want to go through and show you guys is I went through like the kitchen drawer box essentially, and I picked up the grapefruit spoons that I showed you guys that were wooden handle. I picked up these metal spoons, and this guy, I still have not comped this out. I will comp it out. If comps are outstanding, I will show you in a slide here, but I think he is the creature from the Black Lagoon. Little cereal spoon here. Who knows, this may have come free in a box of cereal. Sometimes that promotional stuff can really go for good money. This is a pasta tool that you would, you know, roll out your ravioli with and be able to crimp the sides of it. I thought that was really beautiful. These I think are Tupperware, maybe. Nope, Foley is the brand on these. The orange piece, the scoop, was Tupperware, so I grabbed it. I grabbed this little finial for the top of a lamp just because I thought maybe someone would give 10 bucks or so for that. And yeah, some vintage knives, a vintage wooden ice pick. I saw someone in a thrift store the other day asking for an ice pick, and this one is marked USA, so I picked that up. And then lastly, there's some magnets in here, and I saw some of you guys talking about vintage magnets not long ago. There's a spoon in here too. It looked like it could be at least silver plated, so I picked it up, and it is marked. Let me tell you what it is marked. William Rogers. This is William Rogers, so it is a silver plate little kid's spoon. And that should fetch a little bit of money. Oh, and this. If I can figure out if this is Tupperware or what, this little stirring spoon for like a cocktail set, I feel like this is something that maybe someone has lost or broken out of whatever item it originally went into, and then maybe I can get some money for this little cocktail spoon. I said that was the last item, but the lie detector determined that was a lie. I picked up this metal vintage toolbox. Kind of reminds me of one my dad used to have, and it has some tools in it. I'm not really sure if they have any value yet or not. It says drop forged and Zomax. I haven't found anything that says USA or made in America. This one says Ace Hardware, which I would hope is made in America, but again, I'm not really sure. Anyway, there's a bunch of wrenches and stuff in here. Not positive, man, that's heavy, if there is any value in here or not. I basically got it for the toolbox itself. This is some type of, like, I thought maybe it was a pipe cutter, but my husband said it was not, and then I looked further and indeed there's no blade in there. So it's some type of a pipe wrench there, some type of a chisel, I guess, here. That's pretty cool. So yeah, let's see, there's a brand on there, something standard written on there. Anyway, this truly is the last item. I'm gonna see if I can give some type of a total, a number of items that I bought, and then I'll tell you guys how much I paid, and so we'll average it out that way and see what I paid on average per item. Well, I just counted all of the items, and I counted groups or sets of things as one, like the entire bag of kitchen serving utensils and silverware I counted as one thing, and the dollhouse furniture I counted as one thing, and what else did I count as one thing? Oh, the stack of magazines, the stack of sheet music, and I counted 61 items. So if I divide my $200 buy-in cost by 61, I'm at about $3.30, $3.25, something like that per item. So I think I did well. I told them that I was paying more, you know, there than I would at the auction, because we have a pretty underpriced auction house near us that I am going to start going to. You guys let me know if you want to see videos, like live video at the auction. Not live, I shouldn't say, first person video at the auction. But I paid more there than I would have at an auction house or at a thrift store, but definitely, you know, can't give them retail for items. There's definitely some items that need some repair, some things that need to be cleaned up, but I think all in all, I got some really cool vintage stuff. That's this kind of stuff that I love to sell, and I got stuff that I'm going to be able to get into the hands of collectors that are searching for them. If I could just sell that every single day, I would, and so there's value in that for me. But you know, I told her some of the items aren't worth much, but more than anything, they are worth saving. Comment below and let me know what your favorite item that I sourced today was. If there's anything that you would have passed over that I did pick up, anything that you think I shouldn't have wasted the time, energy, or money on. Thanks so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, in homage of that Mark's dollhouse that I picked up, put a dollhouse or like a house emoji somewhere below in the comments. God bless you guys. Thanks so much, and remember, treat your business like your business.